So let's talk about rental reimbursement. If you have this coverage on your policy and you're involved in an accident, it helps you get into a rental car or helps you pay for a rental car. So going back to our original situation where you ran into someone, ooh, it's a big car. You ran into somebody and now your car is being fixed. It gets towed off to the body shop. There's the body shop. So while it's getting fixed, obviously you can't drive it. So what do? Well, you can work from home. You can walk to work, you can bike, you can take public transportation, you can get a ride from somebody else, you can hitchhike, you can take your motorcycle, which is my choice. But another option is get a rental car. So you drop off your car at the body shop and then you go over to the rental car place. Now, in this rental car place, they have multiple different vehicles that you can get. That's a minivan. That's a truck. So you can go anywhere from super econo car up to super big truck, if they have it. And of course, the cost of that is just going to continue to go up depending on the size that you want. Now, if you have rental reimbursement, you can pick any of those cars that you want. But your insurance is only going to pay a certain amount per day. And I think some companies are still doing $20 a day. Most of them, the lowest is $25. Really, I don't like anything less than $40, but sometimes $30, $35 is a good one. And you can just go up from there. I like $40. That gets you into a good rental car with very little money out of pocket. Because see, if you've got, say this $20 a day down here, and you want the minivan, which is $50 a day, you can get it, but you're gonna be paying $30 a day for that rental car because your insurance is only kicking in $20. And that can get pretty expensive pretty quickly. So if you are driving a larger vehicle because you have to, let's say you've got to, I used to drive a minivan because I had two kids that had to drive everywhere. So I wouldn't really be comfortable getting into one of those econo cars back then because it just didn't have room. So I'd have to pay a little bit more. Now, where I am now, I can spend less on that coverage because I can get one of those small cars. So think about that. How big of a car do you want to drive and how much do you want your insurance to pay for? It's completely elective. You do not have to have this at all. And there are some instances where this becomes really pricey. If you have a lot of vehicles, a lot of drivers, that can get pretty pricey. If your rate for whatever reason is high, say you had some claims, then that can get pretty pricey. So when we're looking at cutting coverage to get the price down, if we have to get that drastic, rental reimbursement's usually one of the things that I cut out. Because you can still go get a rental car if this happens, but it's just on your own dime. Now, here's a situation that I've seen happen quite a bit lately with my customers, and that is they didn't hit somebody, but somebody hit them. So this is you over here again. Somebody hit them. The other company's like, oops, sorry, we'll pay for it. And so, you send the car over to the body shop and you go over there to get that. There's a possibility that that company that's admitted liability, they may pay as little as $20 a day for a rental car. So if you're relying on them, that other insurance company, this guy's insurance company, if you're relying on them to pay for your rental, number one, that payment's not going to be quick. And number two, they may not pay for much. Now, of course, you could still pay extra to get whatever you want. So if you don't want to carry that rental reimbursement at all, there is still some help if it's somebody else's fault. But anyway, what a lot of my people are doing is they get to the rental and they actually are going to use their own rental reimbursement. And typically, in just a matter of minutes, after talking to a claims person in an auto claim, you will, if you have rental reimbursement, you will be set up with a rent car, or at least a code to go get a rent car or something like that. So usually you don't have to pay at all up front. Whereas if you're relying on that other insurance, you may have to. So I like having this coverage on there. It's just a way to make sure you're not spending extra money out of pocket. Let's say you're out traveling, you're in a whole nother state, and you're in an accident. You want to get a decent car so that you can continue your trip or get back home or what have you. And it gets really expensive renting a car right now. So having that extra coverage from your insurance company can save you quite a bit of money. I recommend having at least a little bit on there. There's a couple of companies that only go as low as 40, but their prices are really good anyway. So even if you have a very low amount on there and you're not paying a whole lot for it, it's definitely good coverage to have. But if you are needing to cut that payment down and we have to delete a coverage to get into your budget, that's really kind of the first one that I look at deleting. So anyway, there you go, rental reimbursement.